everyone. It is 7:05 p.m. in Brooklyn, New York, but obviously that is not where I am for filming this video. Welcome to my Cardboard Island video, the thing that I will not shut up about. I want to talk to you about every single thing, updates, trials, tribulations, every single thing that's happened. So let's start with the beginning. This actually all started one night. I was watching the Muppets. I just loved how creative and alive every single thing felt and how easy it was to connect to every single thing that I was watching, and I was following a really simple story that still had so much heart and so much love, and you could really tell the passion and the humans behind every single thing. It was my first feeling of magic in real life. That exact feeling inspired me to want to create Cardboard Island. I knew that I wanted the movie to be epic. I knew that it wanted to be groundbreaking, and above everything else, I knew that I wanted to make everyone feel the same feelings that they had when they were a kid, with a limitless imagination. But my dreams did not come easy, and that obviously shows. The first draft of the script was over 500 pages. I imagined a sprawling epic and something that would hold people for like several hours. And obviously that would not work. There was a huge problem. Actually, multiple huge problems. I did not have any money. I did not have a cast. I did not have a crew. In my mind, I had no possible way of making this big, swooping epic work. That's when my roommate and friend Evan Carr stepped in to help me rewrite pretty much the whole thing. We spent multiple nights, probably for months on end, reworking it and trying to make it still as groundbreaking as we possibly could, but just shrinking it from 500 pages to 117 pages. As hard as it was to kill all of my babies, in the end, it's definitely what had to be done. We just had to make it possible. With that, we thought the hard part was over, but that was just the pre-production process. We now had to figure out how to shoot the dang thing, and that involved learning how to use a green screen, learning how to build every single practical effect, learning how to do every single thing that was pretty much uncharted territory for us. Every single thing in the movie is something built out of trash or cardboard or just scraps that we found lying around. This stuff all on my table is probably 1/20 of every single thing that we had to build entirely from scratch, which was honestly a really awesome thing, because that meant, we weren't following a specific rubric. We could build anything, any dimension that we wanted to. When it came down to the actual shooting of it, we were able to make a deal with our school to use all of their high-end production cameras and lighting and all of those tools. And actually, the week before we were set to film, they downgraded us entirely. They ended up giving us the same camera that I had already bought, so we just used that spare one as an Apple box. And if you don't know what an Apple box is, that's basically just a crate that you set stuff on. I just wanted to keep it so that I made sure that I wasn't wasting a single resource that I was given. Then the real gut punch came. We had an entire crew of people lined up. We had multiple VFX artists. We had multiple people saying that they wanted to help out on the crew. We had set designers. Every single thing was perfectly lined up. We were all so excited to be doing this giant project and have so many people helping out. But then one by one, pretty much every single person ghosted us, making it down to myself, my roommate Mia, my roommate Evan, to film every single thing. We spent several days, going over 12-hour limits just in the green screen in our living room, shooting miniatures, redoing scenes that we've already done before. A lot of days, Evan and I would barely talk. We would just get the film done and then go to bed. We were exhausted. We were running on fumes, 35 straight days of filming, but still, we pushed forward. Finally, we finished the first cut. It was 2.5 hours long. It was long, but we loved every single second of it. When we showed it to my friend who edits films for Hollywood, he said that we needed to shave almost an entire hour off the film. I was super distraught because that included redoing the entire film score. My buddy John, he has done beautiful scores. He did the score for Happy People. He did the score for a couple of my shorts. Evan and I worked tirelessly for multiple months on end and making the most beautiful, creative film score that you've ever heard of. It seriously felt like the universe was out to get us, telling us to not make this film. After having so many people drop on the film set, I had a really hard time trusting anyone. When my now good friend Julian Bass came along, he kind of changed everything. We met on a film set and I asked if he had any advice on how to make lightning visual effects, and it turns out that he is a very well acclaimed VFX artist. I showed him the film and he immediately fell in love with it. This was finally someone who believed in my vision, and we just instantly connected, and it was someone that I could trust completely. With his expertise, he was able to take the VFX to an unimaginable level. We're still keeping the homemade, heartfelt quality that I was in love with. It was a huge deal for me to be able to trust him. In the end, I am so glad that I was able to. Admittedly, we had a very tough time recording sound on set. No matter how many tricks I tried to pull, the sound just felt unsalvageable. That is, until I finally met my friend Chris Tucker. He is an award-winning sound designer and my friend. He loved the film just as much as Julian did and offered to do every single thing on the post-production sound. Again, was me learning to give out my trust and it being amazing in the end. Watching Julian's team nerd out and Chris's team nerd out on two very completely different parts of film that I could just never understand has been so exciting and such an honor, and honestly reminds me of why I wanted to make this film in the first place. I'm making this for the 13-year-old who watches my YouTube videos and says to themselves, this guy can do it, I bet I can make a movie too. I want to do this for everyone who says that I inspire them. I want to do this for my friends. I want to do this for my family. When I look back on Cardboard Island, I don't remember all the long nights. I don't remember running out of money. I don't remember the stench of the trash. I think about the beautiful moments. I think about staying up all night with John making the score. I think about showing a terrible cut to my Hollywood friends and them still taking the time to watch it. The nights that I would spend walking the streets with Evan and just talking about what we wanted to do in life. The lightning in the bottle moment when we lifted up every single thing in our house, the feeling of euphoria that it gave to me when I realized that this is what I need to do for the rest of my life. I think about working on set with Gunter the puppet dog and wearing a green screen suit and walking around with him. I remember this one specific shot of Evan that I can't give away, but it made me cry on set. It made me think about how proud of him I was and how proud I was of myself for being able to accomplish this. I think about you guys who watch my films and continue to watch my films and comment letting me know that I've helped them out and letting me know that my voice matters as an artist. So this film is for every single person who's believed in me, and most importantly, for the kid in me who believed in himself first.